Welcome to the Festive episode number 4 of Tuesday's Upset Forecast, powered by Bookmakers Bet.
Every Tuesday, we break down sharp betting angles across football, basketball, and the NFL. 4 picks, 5 rapid-fire predictions, all in less than 30 minutes.
And of course, as you know, we're much more than this podcast. You can visit our website, bookmakers.bet. You can visit our social media, our X account, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So, before we begin, let's reintroduce ourselves. I'm DimiCub. I am the elf on Christmas Nightmare Street. I just came up with that. And here with me, I have Santa Brad Thomas.
Yes, Mr. Lord BLT in the flesh. Let's get into some money this week. I'm ready to win.
I'm ready to win too. Last week, we did some winnings, we did some losses, but I know what you want to start with.
Wait. What happened on Christmas Day?
Oh, so you really wanted to start with that, right? Okay, I'll tell you what happened on Christmas Day. To summarize, on Christmas Day, you kicked my butt. That's what happened on Christmas Day. Okay, that was a festive butt kicking. The only thing, the only asterisk I have here is that in regular time I won. You gotta give me that.
You did.
You gotta give me that. But as the fox you are, might I say, you said the last word in overtime. Anthony Edwards messed it up big time. Wow, this guy. And Nikola Jokic did his thing. And yes, my friend, you kicked my butt. Congratulations.
That was an incredible game. What's crazy is I also bet Nikola Jokic triple-double at even money. Before the game went off, he had dropped all the way down to like minus 130, minus 140. He almost had a triple-double after the first quarter. And I was like, okay, at least I'll get the triple-double. I might not get the over. And then I end up getting both. What an incredible game.
I will not say that you were lucky. I will say that you were skillful as always. But I gotta tell you how much I hate the other festive fixtures.
Oh,
I really hate, first of all, as I said last week, I really hate the fact that we had only one match on Boxing Day. So we had to focus only on one match on Boxing Day. And we also, what happened? They hit the post twice.
so bad.
That pig would have won. That pig would have won. Manchester United did it somehow, regarding their missing players and regarding their current state, which is the state they have been in the last 15 years or so. But, they actually did it. They're back in contention. Who are also in contention are the Ivorians, if I'm correct. How did the match start in the Africa Cup of Nations? You know, Brad? In the first 30 seconds, Yan Diomande did a take-on. And Yan Diomande had a shot on target, but they couldn't score in the first half against Mozambique. When did they score? They scored in the 49th minute of the game. I think that was bad luck in there. But as the week was progressing, your old lady Juventus didn't let us down. It was very easy to win that under 2.5 total goals bet. Very easy. It was almost a goalless draw, as you said. Did you watch it?
No. I didn't watch much this weekend. You know what? Actually, let's pivot. Talk about what we watched. I watched Pitt. I bet Pitt in the bowl game at -6. They got to -9 before we gave it out on this podcast. I was so comfortable. The line closed at -13.5, and I was like, I don't even need to watch the game. We're getting 7 points of CLV. That means I'm going to win this without a doubt. Wrong. Pitt didn't even show up. It was an embarrassment. They had 5 turnovers against a team that sat almost all of their starters. They have coaching changes. Pat Narduzzi, sorry, man, is not a good coach. Point blank, period.
That's a pretty bold statement from your side. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Okay, the other one, I think your Manchester City pick just went void. You were very close to winning that, but void is my money back. That means that we don't lose, so we gotta move on. Yep. And we gotta move on to episode number 4. Let's get into our 4 full breakdowns and then the lightning round.
Yes. I will kick things off. NFL, Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Oh, playoff implications on the line, not for the Dolphins. They're eliminated, but they are coming off a big win. The Patriots get the number 1 seed in the AFC with the win and a Broncos loss. So initially I was going to bet the Patriots -10.5, which I still think is a very good bet. But if we watch the end of that Jets game, we did, and this is a really hard thing to say, but we did see some complacency, right? They allowed a 50-plus rushing touchdown at the end of the game. Imagine if that 14-point spread had been closer throughout the game, they would have got backdoored. I think the Miami Dolphins are fully capable of backdooring the New England Patriots. But I don't want to go and take the spread because of that. I am going to take their team total, the Patriots team total, over 27.5 points. And a lot of that is me fading the Miami Dolphins defense. So when the Miami Dolphins played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they looked fantastic. But we have to remember, this is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that since week 7 has been one of the worst offenses in the NFL. They want to establish the run, but can't get the run established. They have no explosive plays. And when they do try to throw the ball down the field, they get intercepted. On the other side, we have the New England Patriots, who their offense is spectacular. They are first in EPA per play. They are 6th in offensive success rate, 1st in EPA per pass, 3rd, very opposite of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3rd in explosive play rate. And you know what's great about this team? They take chances downfield, 9.42 ADOT, which is good for 3rd in the league. And they are 1st with a 71.67 completion percentage. You know what the Miami Dolphins really struggle with? They struggle against the pass. They're 25th EPA per pass on defense. I think the Patriots can score well. And what's really important, it is wintertime in Foxborough. The weather is going to be nice. Well, as nice as it is for a cold game. 32 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour wind, not a cloud in the sky, and no snow. I think the Patriots score early, score often, and I don't care what happens at the end of the game because the Patriots are going to cover and go over the 27.5 team total.
So, hand in heart, do you think that the Patriots will get the number 1 seed?
No, I don't. I think like the Broncos, I think they're like a 10-point favorite this weekend or something. 7.5. I was close. I don't think the Chargers are good enough to compete with the Broncos defense, and the Broncos are playing at home. Yeah, I don't think the Broncos lose.
Okay. We'll stick to our pick then. We'll not go any further. All right. Shall we go back to football?
Yes.
The English one? So we have a match day in the English Premier League on Tuesday and Thursday. And I'm going to go with a Clash of Titans, or Clash of Titans as it is at the moment. I'm going to Arsenal vs Aston Villa. I gotta tell you that Aston Villa really surprised me on Saturday when they beat Chelsea, and they surprised me in the way they beat Chelsea.
Yes.
I mean, it was really like watching two different matches, one match until the 60th minute and another match after that. They really vanished everything that Enzo Maresca was trying to do.
Yep.
Up to the 60th minute, and that's how they have built an 11-game winning streak, which of course I'm not so sure if they will keep intact. But since Arsenal is not the sturdy defense that they have started the season with, they have allowed the goal in like 75% of their last domestic games. And since Aston Villa have scored more than one goal in 10 of the 11 straight games they've won, I think I will go with both teams to score. A result, an outcome that was confirmed in their latest matchup, which, guess what? Villa won on December 6th. That was not far behind. That was like less than a month ago. So we got the same two teams there. Since both are title contenders, I would really like to take a chance and back Villa to win. But okay, I get it. They're title contenders. Everything can go. I think that the value is on both teams to score, since the peak has opened around 1.80 and now it is at an astonishing 2.15. I cannot see past the value. Both teams to score in Arsenal vs Aston Villa. What you say, Brad?
I hope it hits. I actually took Aston Villa plus the 1.25. So I wanted to hit, right? Aston Villa look like a squad. They look like a championship squad, and they're not going to go in there with any fear, right? I think that I like your pick.
Yes.
I can't disagree. I tried to poke holes in it, but I'm of the belief that 1-1 is a really realistic scoreline in this game. And if Arsenal
That's exactly what I had in mind, to be fair. So.
Yep, and if Arsenal win, I don't think it's going to be with them keeping a clean sheet, right? It's going to be a draw or Arsenal win and both teams to score, which I think that's the only way you can play this is both teams to score or Aston Villa double chance. I think the price on Arsenal to win's not very well. So I like yours, but I also have a pick in the Premier League.
Ooh,
and
hit it.
Sunderland versus Manchester City. And I'm taking the Erling Haaland win cast. What that means is Erling Haaland to score and Manchester City to win. So let's start with this Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland was pretty much a ghost in last game. It was his fewest touches since he played, conveniently enough, against Sunderland. He only had 14 touches in that game, took 2 shots, none on target. He had an XG, which was his lowest of the season, of 0.2. He had 7 completed passes, right? But I don't mind going back to the well, or I wasn't on him, but I don't mind going to the well after it ran dry the game before. Why? Because what Haaland has done after the games he has not scored in the Premier League has been fantastic. I'm just going to say the game, not even to say who they played, because I don't think that's all that important because it's been a myriad of teams he's played. With going without scoring, the next game, 1 goal, 7 shots, 3 on target. Okay, the next game, he had 2 goals, 6 shots, 4 on target. One game he did not score, which is back-to-back, was against Leeds, where he had 0 goals, 1 shot on target. But then he followed up his next blank with 2 goals, 2 shots, and 2 shots on target. If you want to take Erling Haaland shots, it's plus money, over 3.5, which is totally fine. He didn't have that against Sunderland, but remember, City took like 20-plus shots. Sunderland allowed the 4th most shots in the Premier League. I do not care that Sunderland are a tough team to beat. City are on a rampage, and I think that Forest, the way they were structured, was much harder to break down than Sunderland will set up, especially missing 6+ players due to AFCON duties. Erling Haaland to score and Manchester City to win, it's plus 130.
I think that's a great pick, Brad. And that's one that I will definitely follow. You didn't only persuade me with the stats that you presented, which are very true. Erling Haaland has to score. after that. It's also what you said in the end, that Sunderland are really not the same as they used to be like 2 or 3 matches ago.
Yep.
With all the missing players in the Africa Cup of Nations. So yes, I myself expect like a 3-0 or 4-0 win with Erling Haaland on the score sheet. Maybe twice, maybe more than once.
That would be nice.
Or is it time for Erling Haaland's hat trick? Maybe it is. So, and for pick number 4, we are going to beautiful Spain and La Liga, and we are going to the Derby of Barcelona between Espanyol and Barcelona. Here, I'm going to take the under 3.5 total goals bet, and I'll tell you why. I'm very impressed. I'm very, very impressed with this Espanyol team this year. They are sitting 5th at the standings. They are contenders for UEFA football next year, and they are serious contenders for UEFA football next year, having the 4th best defense in the league with just 17 goals against. Also, each of their last 13 games involved less than 4 goals, which backs my claim of their much sturdy defense. And on top of that, they also have 6 wins in their 9 home games. Well, in other circumstances, I will look for an upset here. It's the upset forecast, after all. But I won't do that because Barcelona will really struggle to keep their first place at the standings, to keep their advantage, the advantage they've built all year. I think they're going to escape somehow, but they will escape with a very narrow win. They will do it exactly like they did it in each of their last 4 games, which also involved less than 4 goals. And in these games, I think that Barcelona showed some signs of, inefficiency in front of goal. In each of their last 4 matches, they had 19 to 24 shots. How many big chances they created? Do you know? They created 3 to 4 big chances.
Oh, no.
Do you know what that means? That means that they were actually just shooting around. So yes, I'm waiting for, similar play style. Espanyol keeping their lines tight. They will sit behind. Barcelona will have to find a way to break into Espanyol's last third, but it will not be easy. It will not be easy. I expect something like 2-0 win, like vis-a-vis Juventus, something similar to that. So yeah, I'm going with less than 4 goals to be scored, 1.81 average odds.
I can't be mad at you because anytime I see a total of 3.5, I just naturally want to gravitate to the under. It is so hard for teams to totals consistently hit 4, right? Even if you like just break it down from a game to game standpoint, Barcelona matches, who are the highest scoring team in the league, are at less than 4 goals. They're at 3.9 goals total per contest. They've kept clean sheets in 3 straight matches. I never want to bet a Barcelona under, but at 3.5, you might tempt me. You might tempt me to get there.
I think we're there with that pick. And as you said, I recognize that Barcelona really changed the narrative as of late. So, in order to get the best odds for our picks, don't forget to visit bookmakers.bet and shop around for them.
It is time for the quick hitters. 5 picks, one-liners, in and out. It is the lightning round. I like saying that. The lightning round. And I will start first. Okay, Cotton Bowl. College football playoffs. Miami Hurricanes versus the Ohio State Buckeyes. The defending Ohio State Buckeyes. No one likes sweaty, boring picks, but I'm taking the first half under 21.5 points at -118. If you're scared, go to church. I think 2 defensive juggernauts are going to play a slow, controlled game. You think there's going to be 3 touchdowns in the first half? The only way that happens is if either quarterback is turning the ball over. I just think this is such a defensive battle that I have to take the first half under.
Nothing better than a safe, boring winning pick, I gotta say. And I have one myself. I'll go back to my playground, the EuroLeague. And I'll take Maccabi Tel Aviv to win. No, to crush Bayern Munich. 1.97 odds. Here's why. So, Bayern are tied in last place. They have 9 straight losses. They're bum at the moment. Maccabi are back in contention for a playing spot with 5 straight wins. And they will look to extend that before traveling to Spain next week to face Barcelona and Real Madrid in consecutive games.
Okay, I will go with my next one. I'm staying in college football, and I'm going the Rose Bowl. Indiana, the number 1 seed, taking on my Crimson Tide, Roll Tide. I'm going to take Ty Simpson, that's the quarterback for Alabama, over 32.5 passing attempts. It's juiced, -140. But the Alabama Crimson Tide have struggled to run the ball. Indiana have elite run defense. Alabama throws the ball at one of the highest clips in college football. And I think as a 7-point dog, they're going to be in pass script pretty much all game. Give me Ty Simpson over 32.5 passing attempts.
Back to my favorite competition at the moment, the Africa Cup of Nations, where I'm taking the Democratic Republic of Congo to cover and 1.5 handicap against Botswana at 1.82 odds. Now listen, DR Congo are battling with Senegal for the first place, and they must outscore them in case of similar results. At the moment, they're 2 goals down. That means they need 3 or more. And Botswana really have nothing to fight for. They have 2 losses at the moment. So yes, DR Congo will cover the spread. I don't know if they will finish first.
I'm going to finish this up on my picks with college football playoffs. What else than that? I'm going to go the Sugar Bowl, Ole Miss versus Georgia, and I'm taking Trinidad Chambliss over 248.5 passing yards. So Chambliss went 265 plus against Georgia. Georgia's run defense is elite, one of the best in college football, but their secondary leaves little to be desired, So I'm taking Trinidad Chambliss to go over. I think that's their only pathway to victory, or at least to keep this close.
Nice. And that was the lightning round. So now our 4 full picks were the Patriots to score more than 28 points against the Miami Dolphins. Both teams to score in Arsenal vs Aston Villa. Erling Haaland Winkas bet on Sunderland vs Manchester City. And less than 4 goals to be scored in Espanyol vs Barcelona. And of course, we got the Rapid 5 in there too.
As in every week, we will keep tracking wins, losses, heartbreakers, and all of it.
And since this show is made for you, we want you to spread the word. And after you spread the word, hit the comment section and tell us what you do like and what you don't like. I think you don't like messing my words up, but you can hit us on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And you can always find our verified sportsbook at bookmakers.bet. You will find all the links in the episode description. Say the line, Brad.
And remember, to bet a winner, you gotta feel a winner. And to feel a winner, you gotta be a winner.
Never forget to bet responsibly. Take care.